The ET410 from Tekno just arrived at AMain Hobbies, so let's check it out. The ET410 is a really unique vehicle. It's kind of in a class of its own at the time of filming this video. It is a 1/10 scale 4x4 Truggy. It retains buggy chassis length, but it's similar to a four-wheel buggy, but it is a truck in stance and appearance. So we're gonna open up the box and see what's inside, see what isn't inside, and then we have a bunch of new option parts from Tekno, or standard parts for this truck, that are also compatible with the EB410, and we'll go over that after we check out the unboxing. So let's open it up and see what we have inside. All right, bam. And we've got another nice white box inside. On the back, it kind of lists all the items and tools that you'll need. And bam, there we have it. So look at that, we have our fluids right up top. Let's check it out. So we have 350 weight, 550 weight for our shocks, 10K diff fluid, 30K diff fluid, and then some thread locker and some grease. Here is our Lexan wing with miscellaneous hardware in there. I see some serrated wheel nuts. Big old bag of parts right here. Bunch of plastics. Here's our shock parts. New springs for this truck. New rear shock bodies and shock shafts. Here is our Lexan body. It is untrimmed, but it is marked pretty nicely here. Going all along the side, it does have an overspray film. And man, look at this. We have some arms in there, as well as some suspension bushings, a bunch of them. This is one of our new items. That's a 32 pitch spur gear in there. Here is our new or revised chassis. And then at the bottom, we just have our documentation and decals. So you guys may have noticed that there were no wheels or tires included with this truck. Of course, electronics you will need to provide separately, but Tekno states on the back of this kit that for wheels, you'll need 1/10 scale associated offset stadium truck wheels or Traxxas/SC offset wheels. So either of those will work. They also state the low C offset is not compatible. So let's move on to some of our option parts, things that are standard now in the ET410 that you can add to an EB410. One of the biggest is the new revised chassis. Now basically they've done some work in the front end of this chassis where the kick-up is. So now the A block kind of keys into the chassis right here, and it's supposed to help the chassis absorb some of the impact. The B block as well has been updated. They say that it's been shaved off a little bit, which allows them to have more material on the chassis. So a little bit less material on the block, on the B block, but more material on the chassis. So this means now our A and B block are also revised. So the only way to use this chassis are to use these new A and B blocks. The A block, like I said, actually keys in to the front of the chassis. It has this little lip on there that kind of just locks right into place. And again, the B block, the original, will not work on this chassis. Also new with the ET410 is this really nice C Delrin Shock Set. So these are basically the shock guides. So you kind of have the bottom washer and then the washer that goes in between the X-rings. So you have enough for 4 shocks. It's a really nice set. Like I said, CNC machined, and they will work on either of the 10th scale shocks from Tekno, EB, or the ET. Another new addition, like I mentioned earlier in the unboxing, is this 32 pitch spur gear. It's a 53 tooth, 32 pitch. It comes standard on the ET, but it can be used with the EB410. There are new sway bar sets now. There is a front and a rear. With the ET, you do get the front included. The rear is an option part. But the original sway bar sets for the EB, they stopped at 1.4 millimeters on the bar diameter. These new sets pick up where that left off, going from 1.5 up to 1.9, and that is true on both front and rear. These last items are upgrades specific to the ET410. They are not compatible with the EB buggy version, but they are snazzy upgrades and option parts. We have a front and rear carbon fiber shock tower. They're 4mm thick, they look good, and they will help with performance and durability over the plastic shock towers. And that's it, guys, for the ET410 4x4 Truggy. If you have any questions on this or you want to leave a comment, please do that down below. And if you want more info on this kit or any of these parts, we'll put links down below for you too. My name is Brett with AMain Hobbies. Thanks for watching.